Good people of the internet, and obviously some of you horrible ones as well. How are we doing? Welcome back to episode number 18 of the Lifestyle Lab podcast with your boy, where we are going to be talking about things that you can do if your energy levels are in the bin, which for me, it's Monday, and it is 3:30 on a Monday. Now, I would have 100% normally have had a podcast recorded by this point, graphics done for it, have it uploaded, but it has been the most lethargic day in the world that this episode here and this topic here literally comes at the perfect time. It is also absolutely disgusting outside, weather-wise. Like, we have had some really, really great weather the last few days, last few weeks, where it has been El Scorchio, like not a cloud in the sky, and it is overcast today. It is literally hammering down with rain at this moment in time, and it's Monday. It is just a very, very slow kind of day. So, like I said, this episode here is maybe coming at quite a good time for me as well. Time to take some of my own advice, right? But like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about two things specifically that you can do when your energy levels feel like they're in the bin. Now, this is going to be closely linked to those of you who have a specific goal in mind. For those of you who are working towards something, which for the most part, because you're listening to this podcast, may very well be weight loss related, okay? But a lot of this, or these things here specifically, can be applied to anything that you know needs to get done, but that you might be procrastinating on ever so slightly, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to myself, one of the worst feelings in the world is feeling like you have to do something when the reality is that you don't want to, or the energy isn't there to necessarily do the thing, or the motivation isn't there to necessarily do the thing. The worst feeling in the world when you feel like that is feeling like you have to do something. I almost like, because I am someone who struggles with being told what to do, I can find it hard to get going. I can find it hard to do the thing that I know that I need to do, that pushes me closer to the life that I want to live, or push me closer to the goal that I am looking to achieve, right? And a very, very simple hack for this is, and it's going to sound so simple that it's maybe actually going to sound a little bit silly, but remember that you have a choice, that you get to choose whether or not you do the thing that aligns with the goal that you want to achieve, right? You don't have to actually do anything. And that, like I said, you do get to choose whether or not you do the thing that aligns with the goal that you want to achieve. And I think on a slightly deeper level, when you acknowledge that, you actually get to choose whether or not you do it, it certainly helps me minimize the barriers that I sometimes put up to doing the thing that aligns with the result that I want, because no one's telling me what to do. I get to choose. It's on my terms. And by me getting to choose, I'm taking my power back in that situation. And like I said, it helps me minimize the barriers that I might have created to doing the thing, again, that aligns with the result that I am looking to achieve. And again, it empowers me to want to do the thing because, like I said, I have the choice. No one is telling me what to do. So, number one, so simple that it's almost laughable, but nothing that you have to do that aligns with the result that you want, whether it's steps, for example. Like I said, because you're probably listening to this because there's maybe a weight loss goal that you're looking to achieve. Excuse me. If it comes to steps, if it comes to exercise, if it comes to sticking to your calorie targets, if it comes to, again, like I said, something that aligns with the weight loss result that you want to achieve, you don't have to do any of that. You get to choose to do that. And by you getting to choose to do that, puts the power firmly in your hands to choose to do the thing. Really, really simple, but I feel massively, massively empowering. The second one is also so simple that it may well be quite laughable. And it's so simple, but so many people kind of struggle to get their head around it because they always see that, or they always feel the pressure to be doing the maximal amount that they can do to push them closer towards the result that they want to achieve. For example, they always feel like they need to be spending 90 minutes to 2 hours in the gym doing weight training and cardio 5 to 6 times per week. For example, they always feel like they need to be hammering their calories down to the lowest possible amount to be losing the most amount of weight every single week. And we always, or the tendency for people to always think in extremes is very, very likely and very, very high that this next one, to those of you who do perhaps have that all or nothing mindset, may kind of squirm it a little bit. But the potential positives that come about from doing just this one simple thing could be massive once it compounds over time. Wink, wink. Because it is a time-related thing, okay? And it is the 5-minute rule. So if you are someone who is procrastinating on that workout, for example, the working out is probably the perfect example. If you're procrastinating on getting the workout done because you know that it's going to take you 90 minutes, maybe even potentially 2 hours to do, take it 5 minutes at a time. What I mean by that, get yourself into the car, get yourself to the gym, take 5 minutes to sit in the car and prepare yourself for your gym session. Go into the gym, take 5 minutes to warm up. Then go into your first exercise. Take 5 minutes to do your first exercise. And here's the thing. You may very well do your warm up and decide that today just is not today, and that the energy levels are just simply not there, and that the motivation is just simply not there. And if you do decide to turn around and leave the gym or leave the thing that you're doing or leave the activity that you're doing that aligns with the result that you want, then that is okay. Because by giving yourself 5 minutes, you have given yourself the chance for it to last 5 minutes longer. Last 5 minutes longer than that. Last 5 minutes longer than that. And let's say that your 90-minute workout only lasts 15, 20 minutes. That's 15, 20 minutes longer or more than you would have done had you not taken it 5 minutes at a time. Because here's the thing. The next time you step into the gym when you don't feel like doing that workout and you apply the 5-minute rule, you may very well, as you apply that 5-minute rule, get to the end of your 90-minute workout, get to the end of your 2-hour workout and feel amazing as a result. Or when the choice is that you're going to do nothing at all because you procrastinated so long on the workout that you've delayed the start of it over and over and over again. Here's the thing, I know because I've done it myself. But by applying the 5-minute rule, you're giving yourself an opportunity to compound 5 minutes more than you would have done had you chose not to go at all. So where you've procrastinated long enough where you're thinking, you know what, maybe I'll just go tomorrow. Maybe I'll just do it Wednesday instead. Give yourself 5 minutes. Because that's 5 minutes longer than you would have done had you not gone at all. Or 5 minutes more with the aim of it potentially lasting 5 minutes longer, 5 minutes longer, 5 minutes longer. Split it up into smaller 5-minute segments makes the daunting task, whether it's the workout, the 90-minute workout, or it's something else outside of that, the 5-minute rule makes the very, very daunting task much more easily achievable when you put it into smaller segments. So there's power in choice because you don't actually have to do the thing. You can very much decide that you don't want to, or you can decide that you do have a choice and you can do the thing. And like I said, for me, as someone who struggles with being told what to do, it feels kind of empowering. Feels kind of empowering to know that I get to choose to do the thing that aligns with the life that I want to live or aligns with the result that I want to achieve. And it kind of, it does. It kind of, when you say it with chest, kind of gasses me up a little bit. And then you've got the 5-minute rule where if you procrastinated so long on that workout or on that thing that you've been trying to get started all day, like this podcast, for example, we're normally on the ball with things, and I would just procrastinate on the start so long, delay the start so long that I could have easily just found another day to do this. I've taken this 5 minutes at a time. And now we're at the end of the episode where I now, as a result of doing this today, have time on other days to do something else that aligns with the result that I want to achieve, which is to grow my coaching so big that I have the biggest impact on people's lives and their ability to manage their mental health through exercise and nutrition. That's my big goal, big daunting goal with applying the 5-minute rule to this podcast, putting me one step closer to achieving that overall goal. So the power of choice and the 5-minute rule, folks, very, very powerful, but very, very simple rules to use. If anyone struggles with any of these, or you have any questions on any of them, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. Likewise, if you can take a minute to subscribe to the podcast, that is always so helpful. Likewise, you can find me on other platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, which you'll find down in the bio below. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all very soon.